Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. Today we go to Auto Club for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, one of my favorite locations on the NASCAR schedule, so I'm very excited to get to this race now in Auto Club. We had myself in the Xfinity car for this race, so trying to just find something here leading into the Cup Series race just to kind of boost my performance and maybe give us a shot at victory here today in the Cup race. But we started down in about P12 there in the Xfinity Series as we came through turns 1 and turns 2. So it was a bit of a rough start, but we would start climbing our way forwards a bit as we came towards the later stages of this race up into P9, trying to take P8 from Ryan Truex as we came out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway on the outside, as well as Jeremy Clements as we would actually get into the wall there as we went down the straightaway. But as we came towards the final lap of this race, back up into the 8th position as we went down into turn 3 and turns 4 for the final time now in Auto Club on the exit of the corner, closing in on the back of Christopher Bell, but not quite close enough as Justin Allgaier would come through to win here in Auto Club, and we would come through to get P8 in the race. So a decent finish, but certainly could have been better here in Auto Club. So hopefully on the Cup Series side we can run a little bit better than that. I'm expecting really a top 5 out of Auto Club, so hopefully we can manage to pull that off. So obviously it's time to set our sights towards the Cup Series race. We actually get a Truck Series race in the next episode, I think, so it's going to be nice to get back into that now, as we would, though, come to qualifying in the Cup Series now. Out of turn 4, heading down the front straightaway, it was a decent lap, but it certainly could have been a little bit better there. As we would come through to cross the line, it would be a 39.044, and we will start Auto Club here in the 13th position. So it's a little bit of ground to make up, so hopefully we can do that here at Auto Club. So let's get to it here at Auto Club Speedway.
Hello everyone. Today NASCAR wraps up its annual West Coast swing with a stop at Auto Club Speedway for the running of the Auto Club 400. Auto Club, located in Fontana, California, is roughly 50 miles due east of Hollywood. The stars of NASCAR are ready to take the stage and tackle this 2-mile D-shaped asphalt oval. Drivers like Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and California native Jimmy Johnson will all try to grab the spotlight with a trip to victory lane. This fast and wide racetrack has multiple grooves, which means lots of passing opportunities. So grab your popcorn. Today should be quite a show.
Alright, we're ready to go green here in Fontana, California. Haley Deegan had a rear gear change, so she is starting at the back of the field, and that is your only note coming into this race here in California. We have the 3 of Austin Dillon starting on our outside now as we get ready to go green here in Auto Club now as the green flag is out. We are on the way from the 13th starting position. In front of us we got Stenhouse, and behind us we got Kyle Busch, so not a great qualifying effort from Kyle Busch now as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Elliott on the front row as we head down into turns 1 for the first time. Logano trying to take over second place from Chase Elliott there as we come through the center of the corner. Kyle Busch taking the 3 wide with myself and Austin Dillon now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the first time here of this race now. Kyle Busch just about clear of me now as he does get clear as we go down the back straightaway. Behind me we got Denny Hamlin now on my back bumper as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4, looking to the inside of the 3 and now to the inside of Kyle Busch, moving back up into the 12th position now as we exit turns 4, setting our sights on the back of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now as we head down the straightaway, coming through to complete this first lap here in Auto Club now with 13 to go on the stage. We're going to jump up to the top as we head down towards turns 1. And the outside actually felt pretty decent now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, building up some momentum through the center of the corner, but unfortunately for me, we would actually kind of get stuck around the 10th to 11th position now as we cut through to lap 4, still running in about P10 on the outside now, though of Chase Elliott as we build up another run out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway on the outside of Truex as we make a little bit of contact now as he doesn't give me much room, but we do keep it out of the wall now as we came through on lap 8, now behind Kyle Busch in the 18 who had gone back past me as we sit P9 as we go down into turn 3 on the inside of the 18 of Busch. We had gotten past Martin Truex Jr., so obviously moving forwards here in Auto Club up into 7th, now passing Jamie McMurray as we come out of turn 4, so sitting P7 right behind the 2 JGR cars of Hamlin and Jones as we cross the line there, hitting 6 to go on the stage as we look to the inside of Jones, getting into his back bumper just a little bit now as we go down into turns 1 and at turns 2. Joe Gibbs Racing and Penske Racing have been the 2 big teams so far to start the season, and they're trying to keep it up today now as we come come out of turn 2, we were ahead of Jones, and now as we came through another lap later, looking to the inside of Denny Hamlin with 5 to go, trying to take over the 5th position as we went down towards turns 1. So now up into a top 5 here with the 5 to go here in stage 1. So solid car that we got going with us right now as we hit the white flag at this point, closing in on the back of Chase Elliott as well as the leaders of Logano, Harvick, and Keselowski as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time here in the first stage. Right up to the back now of Elliott, actually about another 2 car lengths between himself and I as we go down the back straightaway for the final time here in the first stage. Brad Keselowski looking for the playoff point here with a stage 1 victory, but now Harvick looks to his inside as we go through turns 3 and turns 4, and now Joey Logano is going to look to the inside and make it 3 wide as we exit turn 4. Keselowski, Harvick, and Logano 3 wide as we go down the front straightaway. Who's going to win the stage? It looks like Logano's going to have the edge as we cross the line and get P5 in the first stage. A great end of the stage 1 there. Joey Logano indeed does edge them both out for the stage victory to pick up a playoff point. Penske Racing really finding some rhythm right now in this last couple of races as we would come to pit road for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, and we would come out thankfully in the 5th position here as we get ready to start the second stage behind the 4 of Kevin Harvick with Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski on the front row. And the green flag is back out, and stage 2 is now underway here in Fontana, California as we come through to cross the line. It is a 12-lap stage as we have Kyle Busch on our outside, Denny Hamlin behind me, he's beside Kyle Larson as we go down into turns 1. Joey Logano leading the way, clearing his Penske Racing teammate of Brad Keselowski as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, close to the side of our teammate of Chase Elliott, just about making contact as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, still side by side with Elliott, trying to get ahead of him as we go down towards turn 3. He gets clear for the moment, but obviously we get back up the inside as we go into the corner, but he gets clear again, but we're going to continue to fight back now as Harvick and Keselowski battle side by side now as Harvick gets clear of the 2, and we look to the inside now of Brad Keselowski as we come down the front straightaway. Joey Logano leads the first lap of this second stage now as we try to move into the 3rd position as we head down towards turns 1. Certainly showing a good bit of speed now here in this Hendrick Motorsports 48 Ally Chevrolet as we come through out of turns 2. Logano though continuing to hold on to the lead. Denny Hamlin closing in on our back bumper now. He is certainly showing some speed as well as we go side by side with Keselowski into turns 3, trying to look to the inside maybe of Harvick as we cut down to the apron as we come through the center of the corner. At this time we do clear Keselowski, and as we would fade in behind Harvick though, but as we came through a few moments later on lap 3, Denny Hamlin had actually found a way to my inside, so he would come through to take over P3, and now he's going to try to make it 3 wide there for the lead with Harvick and Logano, just like Logano took Harvick and Keselowski 3 wide for the stage victory. Logano, he backs up of the 3 wide, and now Denny Hamlin is going to go through and try to take the lead here from Kevin Harvick as we cross the line. He would take the lead, and now as he came through on lap 4, myself looking to the inside now of Kevin Harvick as we went down the front straightaway. We would come through to take the 2nd position here with 8 to go in the second stage. Now as we go down towards turns 1, now Kyle Busch falls in behind me, trying to take over P3 from Harvick as we come out of turns 2. And we would continue to put the pressure on Denny Hamlin now as we came to lap 7, a big run as we come through turn 3. Now looking to the inside of a Denny Hamlin as we come through out of turns 4. I don't think we've ever led a lap at this racetrack, and we tried to do that now, but Hamlin has help from his teammate of Kyle Busch up on the top, but we side-draft Hamlin as we cross the line heading down towards turns 1. Logano now closing in on this battle as we have the edge over Hamlin into turns 1, and Logano hits us in the left rear, and sideways we go, but we make a big save there as we just briefly, barely touch the wall, but that completely destroys our second stage now. A big save at least keeps the car in one piece. We somehow don't pick up any damage after that. Obviously, we were going straight at that wall considering how hard the car was sliding. It looked like I was going to destroy the right side or even the back bumper and get damage, but thankfully that did not happen. And as we came through now to the last lap in the second stage, we had actually run down Eric Jones and had driven right on past him as we went down the back straightaway for the final time here in stage 2. Certainly unhappy with Joey Logano at this point. He just straight up drove into turn 3, hit me in the left rear, and I didn't feel like I had came down on that situation. Maybe I did, but it certainly didn't look like it to me. So it looked like Logano just kind of got really aggressive, sent it in there, and hit me. But we would come through here at the end of the second stage to cross the line in the 13th position. So certainly got our work to do now in this final stage. I was just glad to be in this race because it looked like we were going to go straight to that wall and probably destroy the car, and we would have to DNF. But thankfully we make a big save keeping ourselves in it as Kyle Busch wins stage 2. We would come to pit road for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, and now our race gets even better. We drop 18 positions to P31 as we get ready to start this third and final stage here in Auto Club. Kyle Busch leads the way now as the green flag is back out. Obviously, the way the drafting is at this track, we certainly are not out of it now as we come through to cross the line. It is 18 to go here in Auto Club. And I was confident that we can at least get ourselves back into the top 10, hopefully, by the 40th lap, or about 10 to go or so. So by lap 41, if we can be in the top 10, we'll be pretty happy. Now as we go through turns 1, getting into the back of our teammate of Alex Bowman, who's not having a good run at all here in Auto Club. So Bowman has to maybe improve here now, and hopefully he will be back in the playoffs this season. In our career mode, obviously our other teammate William Byron not been impressing at all. Once again in our career mode, he always struggles here in our career mode, and sure enough, once again here in Auto Club today, he's not even in the top 20 as we come out of turn 4 on the back bumper just about of Ryan Parise as we come through the front straightaway, heading down towards the line on the inside of Michael McDowell there as we hit 17 to go. As we go down towards turns 1, we're going to look up the inside of Ryan Parise as we go down into the corner, getting a little bit sideways there, but we do come through to clear the 47. Now looking to the outside of Ryan Newman as we head down the back straightaway. And now we build up a run on Stenhouse and Byron, and we're going to take them 3 wide as we head down towards turn 3, trying to slice our way through the field as quick as possible now as we go down onto the apron through the center of turn 3 and turn 4 to the inside of Chris Buescher as we exit turn 4. Daniel Suarez outside of the top 20, not having a very solid run here now in Auto Club as we head down the front straightaway. And as we came through on lap 37, we had gained a few more positions up to P15. We had run down Eric Jones and had driven right past him just like we did at the end of stage 2. And now moving up into 14th as we came through on lap 38, we had driven away from Jones, and now we were running down this next group of cars, but we would end up getting a caution now with 13 to go. I couldn't find what brought it out, but obviously now this sets up for a late race restart here in Auto Club now as the green flag is back out, and we are underway once again potentially for the final time here in Fontana, California. Now as we cross the line, it is 10 laps to go at this track as we go down towards turns 1. Blaney on my inside, not a good restart there behind us for Eric Jones, but he's going to get to my inside anyways as Brad Keselowski at the moment leads the way as we get into the back of the 10 of Almirola now as we come out of turn 2. And obviously this restart groups everybody back up, so it's going to give us a good chance to maybe make something happen here in the final 10 laps of this race as we head down towards turns 3. Boyer now coming up into the picture as he looks to my inside as we use the outside to our advantage and build up a huge run and just blow on past the 10 of Almirola. Now we're going to make it 4 wide with Paul Menard, and now Menard, he gets in behind the 42, so now we go back into a 3 wide as I believe there is someone on the inside of Menard. Now as we try to side draft him a little bit there as Almirola was on the inside as we went down towards turns 1 with now just 9 to go in this race as we continue to try to use the top, because I just figured that the inside wasn't going to work for me as there's so many cars occupying that line now as we come out of turn 2 heading down the back straightaway on the outside once again of Paul Menard as we head down towards turn 3, just getting clear now of the 21, and we would continue to struggle though as we came to lap 43. Now looking to the inside, 3 wide in the middle between Jones and McMurray, still running 14th though as we now move up into 13th ahead of Jones as we side draft McMurray just a little bit as we go down into turn 3. Brad Keselowski now falling back as he was leading at the restart. Now he is barely inside the top 10 as we get to the back bumper of Kurt Busch as we come out of turn 4, and as we came through on lap 45 now with 6 to go, we had moved up into the 10th position behind Keselowski, and as we came through with just 3 laps to go in this race, Keselowski had started moving back forward as we got into the back of Logano as we go down into turn 3, approaching just 2 laps to go here in Auto Club now as Austin Dillon at the moment leads the way, and Ryan Blaney looks to the inside of Austin Dillon as we exit turn 4 for the lead. Blaney obviously won in ISM Raceway. Now Keselowski sits just behind his Penske Racing teammate of Ryan Blaney as we go down towards turns 1. 2 laps remain here in Auto Club on the inside of our teammate of Chase Elliott. To the inside as we go as well of Joey Logano. Obviously he dumped us earlier, pretty much put us in the wall nearly as he completely ruined our second stage, so we're certainly not going to give him a lot of room as we go down the back straightaway, but not really in a mood to mess with him because we're trying to get up here and get the best finish possible as we go down towards turns 3. And we're going to get down towards that white line, and we gain a bunch of ground now as Keselowski looks to the inside of his Penske teammate of Ryan Blaney as we head down the front straightaway. Keselowski to the front as we come through, closing in on the back of Kyle Busch. Going to try and give him a bump now as we cross the line. The white flag is now in the air here in Auto Club, looking to the inside of Kyle Busch as we go down towards turns 1. Keselowski looking for win number 1 on the season, and Penske looking for win number 2. Now as we exit turn 2, just about clear of Kyle Busch, but Keselowski is way out ahead now, and it looks like he's got this race won if he doesn't make a mistake. Keselowski leads the way as we go down towards turn 3 side by side with Kyle Busch. We're going to send it in as hard as we can, trying to get at least up to P2 as we get down towards the grass, and we're going to slide up just in front of Ryan Blaney as we exit turn 4 in the second position as Brad Keselowski is going to come through for win number 1 on the season here in California as we get our first second place finish of the season. Obviously no stranger to second place. A solid result here at Auto Club. Martin Truex Jr. down there in P20, Denny Hamlin P11, our other Hendrick teammates like William Byron. Bowman didn't do great. Kurt Busch down in 40th as he was up there in the top 10 with less than 10 to go, so he must have had an issue after I had gotten past him. So unfortunate for Kurt Busch as we still sit P9 in the standings, but obviously going to Martinsville in the next one is a good opportunity for us to get a win.
Great top 5 finish. That was impressive.
You're a natural. Great job.
Thank you, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Austin Dillon. So, as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this episode. In the next one, we go to the Truck Series at Las Vegas, which is, I don't know, the truck schedule might be glitched in this game because Las Vegas should have been a while back, I think. But we go to the trucks at Las Vegas and Martinsville in the Cup Series, so it's going to be an interesting one. So we'll see how we do there, and hopefully we can run good. So thank you all for taking the time for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.